Hello and welcome back to AmpCode. In the previous lecture, we have seen all about the different data types as well as the values which are available in Neo4j. So in this lecture, let's talk about the functions. So there are like several functions that are present in Neo4j and we are going to see them one by one with a hands-on tutorial. The first one is the predicate functions. These are very handy for doing some digging and data analysis on top of your ingested data or even ingesting the data. So the predicate functions are nothing but like the Boolean functions. So Boolean means it will work as a predicate which will return true or false. So this will return true or false for a given set of non-null input. So you have to make sure that the input that you are giving inside these predicate functions is not null. We are going to see what happens if it is null. So like they are mostly used in the where clause to filter out the paths. So paths we have already seen that it is nothing but data type which represent a set of nodes and the relationships, and we can further use that path to apply some condition on top of it using these predicate functions. Let's talk about them and see how they work in the Neo4j. So if you haven't already kicked off the Neo4j desktop, just start the desktop and we'll see these functions one by one. Okay, so the first one is the all functions. So this function all will return true if the predicate which we are giving inside this all will hold for all the elements in the given list. So it has to satisfy for all the elements, so that way it will affect your output. So through all, null will be returned if the list you have given is null, or if the predicate evaluates to the null, and it should be like for at least one element and it does not evaluate to false for any other element. Let's talk about them through a simple example. Okay, so as you can see, I have already kicked it off our Neo4j desktop and we have some set of nodes which I created for this lecture. So we have just few set of nodes. We only have 7 nodes. So let's talk about them. So basically we have the person as well as the movie nodes in our graph, and we have like the knows relationship between the person. So for example, Catherine knows Jessica. This is how we can add the semantics to our graph. And here, as you can see, we have the Matrix movie. So as you can see, as you already know, that the Carrie and Keanu Reeves acted in the Matrix movie. I hope you all know about it. So basically we have the acted in relationship between the person as well as the movie. Let's talk about how we can apply any condition to this example. So let's say, as you can see, we have the age, name and the nationality properties on the person node. So let's use this person. The first thing, you have to define your path. So let's say we have to define a path in the match clause. So our path is nothing but called as p equals to, and you have to define what set of nodes and relationships present in your path. So here in my example, I have the A1 node which represents the person as well as the relationship. As you already know, we have the knows relationship, and the next one will be another person which is A2. This will also be a person. So let's say I only want the set of nodes from this path where the age of the person is less than 60. So as you can see, we have the ages already present as a age property. We can use the all function here to apply this condition. So here I'll just use where, and here we have to give all, and inside all we can give that condition. So here we are going to use like any variable here. So I'll just give x in. We have to get the hold of nodes present in the path. For that purpose, we are going to use the nodes function. So the nodes function will hold all the nodes present in our path, which is p. So here x in nodes of p. So x is nothing but variable defined for all the set of elements inside the path where, and you can apply the condition that we have discussed, which is nothing but x dot age is less than 60. So here it will only give us all the persons where the age is less than 60. So I'll just return the path now. So as you can see, we only got 3 results here where the age is less than 60. So this means that it has to satisfy the condition for all the elements in our set. So our set is nothing but all the person which are connected through nodes relationship, and our condition or the predicate is nothing but the age should be less than 60. So it should satisfy for all the elements, then only it will give that particular path, which is these three nodes connected through nodes relationship. So this is all about the all function. Let's talk about the any function, which is kind of similar to all but with few changes. So like for any, this will return true if the predicate holds for at least one of the elements in the given list. So let's say if you have like 10 nodes present, and let's talk about the same example. If you have the 10 persons where 5 people have the age greater than 60 and 5 people have the age less than 60. So if you want to only get the records where the age is greater than 60, then if you use all, it will only give you 5 results. But if you use any, it means that it suggests that at least one element satisfies that predicate, then it will give us all the paths. So it will give you all the 10 nodes present in your set of paths. So let's talk about it with the same exact example. As you can see here, we have used all, which will only satisfy if all the elements are true for this predicate. But if you use any here and run this query, and there you go, we got all the nodes present in the path. This is just a simple example to help you understand it correctly, and therefore if you know the basics, you can include all these functions in your complex data processing Cypher queries. So this is all about the any. So like the next one is exist, which is like very popular, and I also use it on a day-to-day basis in my data analysis task, which is exist. So like this function exist will return true if the match for given pattern exists in a graph. So let's say if you have a set of nodes and relationship, and if you have to find a particular path, if it is present or not, then you can use exist function here. Let's talk about it in detail with a simple example. So let's take a simple example of our graph. So let's take an example of Keanu Reeves. So here we have the Keanu Reeves, which has the relationship going as acted in and the matrix. But let's say if you have like graph of millions of nodes and you don't even know what movies Keanu Reeves has played in, or if in your data set if the Keanu Reeves is even connected to any movie or not. So to validate your data, you will not search for all the records. You can just directly give that path to identify if your certain path is present in your graph or not. So let's say if you take the example of Keanu Reeves, so we'll just give match on like the P, which is nothing but the person, and we have the person whose name is Keanu Reeves, and in here I'll just give the Keanu Reeves, and let's return this node first. So here we have got hold of our actor. But let's say if you want to see if a particular pattern is present or not in your graph, so here you can use the exist function in your where clause. So let's say in where we will use like exists here, and inside exist all you can do is you can use this node. So here we have the Keanu Reeves present in the P node, and in this P we have to see if it is he acted in any movie or not, and here we will give as movie. So here we are going to identify if the person acted in some movie. So if we just return this, as you can see it gave true because this pattern is present in the graph, which means that Keanu Reeves actually acted in some movie and you have the data in your graph. But let's say we have another person, which is Liam Neeson, which do not have any relationship or any is not connected to any movie in the graph. So if we just take this name and see if this particular pattern is present or not. So if we just copy this inside it, as you can see it doesn't give any record because that person is not connected to any movie through the acted in relationship. This is very useful feature to analyze your data in detail. So this is just simple example, but when you get hold of your use case and when you are analyzing your data and see the hidden patterns or the hidden meaning inside your graph, then these functions, these predicate functions will be very handy and will save you a lot of time and save a lot of manual work. Let's talk about the next one. Okay, so the next one is like the isEmpty function. So like this function returns true if like the given list or like the map contains no elements, or if the given string contains no character. Let's talk about it with some simple example. Okay, so for this example we have like this person nodes, which also has the nationality property. So here we have the nationality property on all the nodes except one node. So let's find out that node now. So as you can see, Jessica named person doesn't have a nationality property present in on its node. So basically we can use this isEmpty function to identify such cases where a certain property is not present. So let's say if we have like match person where not, because we are negating this, we have to identify only nodes, only persons where the nationality is not null. So isEmpty, and here we'll give like p dot nationality, and we will just return the person nodes. So like it will give us all the nodes present, but except Jessica node where we don't have that nationality property. So this is very handy to analyze your data and find out such discrepancies. So if few nodes doesn't have a particular property due to some data issues or some issues in the ingestion framework, you can easily identify that using such examples or using such functions. And at last we have the none, which is nothing but a predicate function which returns true if the predicate does not hold for any element in the given list. So like null is returned if the list is null, or if like the predicate evaluates to null for at least one of the element. So if one of the element which does not satisfy that condition, then it will return it as a null and it will not give us any result. So for our example, let's say for if we have 10%, 5% have greater than 60 age, as well as 5% have less than 60 age. So if you want only those persons where the age is greater than 60, but it is only true for 5 persons. So if you use none, then it will not give us anything. Let's talk about it with that exact same example. So like as you can see here, we are using any. So if any of the element satisfies that condition, which is like age of person less than 60, it gave us all the 6 persons present in the graph. But let's say if we use the none here, which means that only few of them are satisfying the condition and not all the elements, so it will not give us anything. So if we just run this, there is nothing there to return. So it means that it has to satisfy for each and every element in your graph. So to negate this, all you have to do is just use the not function here to negate our condition. So as you can see, we got all the persons in our graph because we have negate our none operation or the none function, result of the none function. So this is how you can utilize these functions to further apply some conditions or filter out nodes from your path. Okay, so I hope you understood what are the different predicate functions and how we can use in your use case. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.